Hello and welcome to the 2017 edition of Plate Golf World with me, Fraser Putter Prince. We have a great show for you this year as we look forward to the annual Judge Hardy Plate Golf Tournament, which sees the event make a welcome return to Douglaswood. Today, we'll cast an eye over last year's thrilling final, have a quick refresher of the rules, and also have a brief reminder of the course layout. And, in an exclusive interview, we'll be catching up with Plate Golf's nearly man, Kenny Toms. So, without further ado, let's have a quick recap of last year's final. A boozy, fight milk soaked affair which saw Graham the Cat Anderson become the JHPGT champion after a memorable final that involved a nail-biting 3-pin playoff.
The final I'm going to be looking towards jumping, leaping and maybe even a wee stride or two, you know, in the air.
You gotta believe in yourself. There'll be doubters out there everywhere you go. You can't listen to them.
I had a figure in my mind. I played positional rather than go for the pin, and that's worked out well.
It's all down to when Kenny blows up.
Start well, finish dreadfully.
Yeah, is that what you predict again?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Capitulation is just round the corner.
Keep steady.
You having a nice time today, Andy?
Oh, lovely thing. This one hole is going to screw me over.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
He's rather overcome with emotion.
Is this cheating? I'm not disrespecting Graham. But he's a cheating bastard.
It's a travesty to be fair. If you fucking beat me, I'll be astounded.
Good luck, sir. Good luck.
He's got a problem, definitely.
He's losing it. He's losing it. You can all go fuck yourself.
So, Graham Anderson was the cat that got the cream and was left purring his way to victory. Early bedtimes beckoned for a few of the other finalists due to the over-exuberance of last year's Abuse caddy, Ben Stanton, which has led to the retirement of the position at this year's event. So, If you make the cut and qualify for this year's final, then rest easy. No booze caddy will be plying you with drink. However, there will always be plenty of fight milk available should you desire it. Speaking of finalists, after whispered allegations of cheating by one of last year's finalists, who shall remain anonymous, Ian Petrie, excuse me, we here at Plate Golf World thought it best to have a quick refresher on the rules of our noble sport. You'd be best advised to pay particular attention to Rule 2, the point of play.
Rules of Plate Golf. Rule 1, dress code. All players must be dressed appropriately in accordance with Plate Golf regulations. This poor chap simply hasn't got it right, has he? There. Much better. Hands off, ladies. This man has a game to win. Now we are ready to hit the links. Rule 2. Point of play. All players must throw their plates from the tee area or from exactly where they land mid-game. Oh dear. Our chap is trying to outfox the officials by employing the fabled Hardy two-step maneuver. Come now, sir. One must keep one's foot exactly in the spot that the plate last landed. There. Much better. Tip-top. Rule 3. Playing etiquette. All standard etiquette rules of standard golf apply to plate golf. Here's our man thinking he can stand wherever he bally well pleases. I say, out of the way, you great oaf! Did you just finish the round without shaking hands? Oh dear, oh dear. Get back there immediately. Now you can return to the clubhouse for that well-earned G&T. Rule 4. Losing your plate. If a competitor cannot locate his plate after a shot within a 5-minute window, that competitor incurs a 5-shot penalty, receives a new plate to replace his lost one, and has to tee off from that hole again. That's right, sir. You better keep an eye on that little beauty. Rule 5. Putting and diving. Is your shot game a little on the rusty side? Then perhaps you can try the deadly and dangerous art of dive putting. Players must execute diving putts from a position which has at least 1 foot on the spot at which the plate last landed. There are 3 popular variations that our man will now demonstrate. The first is the two-handed Yantha, quick release diving style. Well done, sir. The spirit of the Yantha is strong in this one. Just watch out for those ribs. Ouch. The second is the stylish one-handed diving putt, often referred to as the Frenchie. Bravo! Très bien, monsieur! And the third is the two-handed O'Toole dive, favoured by our Celtic cousins. Hold on for dear life and give it all you've got, old chap. Oh, Jesus! Fair play to you, man, there. And remember, these shots are recommended for putting play only. Oh, dear me. There's no use in teeing off with one, is there, sir? Rule 6. Out of bounds. If a plate is deemed out of bounds or unplayable, that player must add 1 shot to that hole's final total. Don't fret, my man. You'll be informed of the course boundaries before the start of play. There we have it, all the rules of plate golf. Now, let's get out onto the fairways and have a jolly old time.
The 2016 JHPGT was the first to be held at Douglaswood, and following the popularity of last year's course design, the 2017 tournament will use the same course layout. So, whether you were in attendance last year, or it's your first time here at Douglaswood, kick back and relax as Judge Hardy Sr. takes you through this handy course guide.
Hello and welcome to this course guide to the JHPGT 2017 with me, Judge Hardy Sr. Teeing off from behind the large clubhouse, pin 1 is a short, well-placed drive through the trees. We then dip slightly downhill to pin 2 before playing straight through the campfire area to pin 3. There is ample room on the approach to pin 4 for a good solid drive. Then we head into the forest for pin 5 through a large gap in the trees, a much trickier prospect than it seems. The front 9 continues through the woods and leads onto pin 6. There is tough terrain underfoot, so please watch your step. Pin 7 is located next to the large pillbox gateway. Please be wary of the water hazard hidden between pins 6 and 7, as lost plates will include a 5-shot penalty. Treat this section of the course carefully. The approach to pin 8 takes us through a narrow alleyway which is lined with low-hanging trees on the right and very heavy rough on the left, with pin 8 located in an open area. This leads on to pin 9, with the front 9 finishing in front of the Hilltop Gin Tent. After some liquid refreshment and a short comfort break, it's back onto the course to play the back 9. This more spacious half of the Douglas Wood Open provides excellent opportunities for the long hitters and the dive putters. Heading towards pin 10, we are taken down a long straight fairway, perfect for those with a steady nerve and an accurate aim. Then it's on between a distinctive pair of trees through to pin 11. Pin 12 might be the shortest found on the back 9, but it's deceptively difficult. Patience, cunning, and a good short game is required. Pin 13 is nestled in a small glade, but be careful, there is heavy rough to both sides. Pin 14 is the longest at the Douglas Wood Championship, so keep a cool head and your drives on target. Pin 15 offers some redemption for the high scorers with a straightforward drive and putt, and should be achievable in 2 throws. It's then on through the trees to pin 16, which sits out in the open. It has perfect dive putting conditions. The 2 closing pins, 17 or 18, are relatively short affairs, with the back 9 concluding at the Gin Tent. Well, that completes this course guide to this year's JHP GT. I'm Judge Hardy Sr., and may I wish you the best of luck to all the competitors at this year's event.
Thank you, Judge Hardy Sr., for that pin-by-pin rundown of this year's course. You may have also noticed the absence of Judge Hardy Jr., who sadly cannot be with us this weekend. However, he has sent us a message of sporting goodwill, sent all the way from the Indian subcontinent.
Hello and welcome one and all to the Judge Hardy Plate Golf Invitational 2017. I'm Judge Hardy. Unfortunately, I can't be with you this weekend. I'm currently speaking to you from the planetarium in Dhaka, Bangladesh. I'm out here opening new markets and growing the great sport of plate golf in the Indian subcontinent. And I tell you something, these Bangladeshi boys can really throw. But anyway, I'd just like to welcome you all to Douglas Wood in anticipation of another great event this year. I hear the course is looking fantastic and we have the toughest field of competitors yet. So that's all that's left for me to say is good luck one and all, and watch out for these keen greens.
Thanks for the message, Judge. It's always good to hear from you. And much like myself, I'm sure you'll be there in spirit as you take to the tees of Douglas Wood. We've discussed the rules, we've had a bird's eye view of the course, you've met your fellow plate golfers, seen Pikey Mikey's odds, and are now checking out the competition. But of all of the players taking part in this year's event, there is one name that strikes fear into the heart of all plate golfers. No, not Davy Boyle, but the one and only Kenny Toms. A losing finalist in 2014, 2015 and 2016, Kenny has much to prove this year at Douglas Wood. Regarded by many as the finest plate golfer to have never lifted the trophy, can he succeed in 2017? The pattern is all too familiar. Terrific early round scores followed by self-destructive sabotage. Is he a tortured sporting genius, or is he just another drunken numpty? Here's what he had to say on the matter.
2014. Yeah, the first really painful memory, I suppose, for me. First of many. I don't know quite how Lee managed it. I think maybe a little lack of concentration on my part. On that second playoff shot, I mean, I don't know what he was taking. I think somebody probably gave him something to pep him up a little bit, because he hadn't had a shot like that all day, all weekend, really. Second playoff hole, bang, straight through the trees, eye of the needle. I think, to be honest, by then I'd lost it after my slip on the first playoff hole. 2015, I suppose, I was finding my feet by then, to be honest. I annihilated those qualifying rounds. I don't know how far ahead of the field I was, but it was a long way. I'm like, come on, I'm basically won this tournament already. And there's that first shot off the bridge in the final. Oh, straight into the river. Boots off, socks off. It's not the way you want to start your final round. The overriding emotion from that year was the preacher. To be fair, there's nothing wrong with enthusiasm. To want to win plate golf is a good thing, but it's how you go about it. There's etiquette, there's rules to observe. Petrie has no regard for the rules whatsoever. You can imagine the scene slowly descending into chaos as the fight milk starts to pump through the veins of not only the final players, but all the assorted viewing party. And Petrie milks it and milks it and milks it like there's no tomorrow, lining up his shot of a jump from the hill to wherever. Petrie, get a grip. That was the point I walked off the course, actually. So I may yet have won that year, but by then, any ambition I had of winning had been thoroughly overridden. Yeah, 2016, because having gone into that qualifying there, I smashed it. I mean, what, 2s, 3s, the odd 4 in my car, I was absolutely on fire. I thought, 2016, that's it. Name on the trophy at last. Yeah, I wasn't accounting for what was to come though, I'm afraid. Ben, lovely fella, lovely guy, far too efficient in his duties that year. And we went down that first playoff hole and I absolutely smashed my drive. There was that little flush of adrenaline. I thought, that's it. Job's done. Picked up my plate. Didn't even have to throw it, to be honest. I just leaned over, tapped the top of the flag. Judge Hardy, plate golf champion at last, you beauty. No. A 3-hole playoff. What? 3-hole playoff. Like, nobody mentioned that on the first tee. Any other year, 1 hole, sudden death playoff. As far as I was concerned, that was the rules. You sort of start wondering, don't you? Really. I've had enough of coming second, and that isn't happening this year. I've learned my lessons. Plate golf has learned its lessons. On-course regulations, so Petrie won't make the final. Sudden death playoff. No booze caddying. Nothing is going to stop me winning this trophy. 2017. It's my year. It's my year. My year. My year. My year.
Some stirring words from Kenny Toms there, but only time will tell if he can finally win the silverware this time around. So, all that remains for me to do is to wish you all the very best of luck out there on the course. I hope you all have an enjoyable weekend. I've been Fraser Putter Prince, and I'll see you next time, right here on Plate Golf World. Oh, and before we go, here are some poetic words of inspiration from the JHPGT 2014 champion, Lee Chicken Dog Leg Kehrer. Thanks for watching, goodbye for now.
Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.